I found a pool inside a cave. I've been advised not to go and swim inside because it's very deep, but I'm gonna check it out. Hello and welcome to another solo female traveler episode. मेरा नाम है नेहा नाम्बियार and today we are at ऋषिकेश. हम करेंगे यहाँ पे एक 3 nights 4 day budget stay, obviously with tons of travel tips as usual. So let's go. ऋषिकेश हमारा दूसरा स्टॉप है इन उत्तराखंड आफ्टर एक्सप्लोरिंग द ब्यूटीफुल हिल स्टेशन ऑफ मसूरी. अगर आपने वो एपिसोड नहीं देखा, प्लीज डू गो वॉच इट एंड लेट मी नो व्हाट यू थिंक ऑफ इट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. Getting back, ऋषिकेश मसूरी से सिर्फ 2-3 घंटे दूर है. I took a cab to reach Rishikesh, which cost me 4,500 rupees. Yeah, I know, quite over my budget. But there are obviously cheaper budget options like taking a bus or a train, which costs anywhere between 700 to 1,100 rupees. Fastest way to reach Rishikesh is via a flight to Dehradun, which costs anywhere between 5 to 10,000 based on when you book it. Did you know that Rishikesh is the adventure capital of India? Ji haan. So to experience that, the first part of my day was at Jumping Heights. So I'm now heading to my first activity, which is Flying Fox, but unfortunately वहाँ पे cameras allowed नहीं है, so I'm going to stop vlogging here and go quickly for the adventure and come. And then goes bungee jumping. Interestingly, the height at which this is perched is at 83 meters, highest in all of India. If you are in Rishikesh और आपने bungee jumping नहीं की, then your trip is indeed incomplete. Jumping Heights is the very place you need to be, as they arrange the highest bungee jumping in India and other adventure activities. In fact, on a side note, book this place at least 3 weeks in advance. I though had to immediately start my trip with this because of slot unavailability. Unfortunately or not, this footage has no volume, so you're all safe from listening to me scream and howl. After this experience, आपको एक certificate और एक badge भी मिलता है saying I've got guts. Pretty cool, no? So I just got done doing bungee jumping and flying fox, and मैंने कभी अपनी ज़िंदगी में इतना daring चीज़ नहीं किया है. Like when I was standing on the point of bungee jumping, I felt like death. But yeah, I mean, you definitely need guts to do this, and I think after looking at other people do it in front of me, I felt even more inspired to do. So if you're in Rishikesh, you need to try this. It's life-changing. Well, this is the first video where I started off with a bang. I was genuinely super tired and got one of the best accommodations in Rishikesh to spend the next 4 days at, which was Ghost Stop's Lakshman Jhula. Price for one night here starts at 989 rupees. So for 3 nights, I ended up shelling 2,967. The property was quite pretty, to be honest, for the bare amount I paid. Definitely one of the best looking hostels I even know of. After grabbing something to eat, मैं निकल पड़ी to explore a little bit of Rishikesh, starting with Lakshman Jhula. Legends कहते हैं कि राम के भाई लक्ष्मण ने इस नदी को पार करने के लिए एक मार्ग बनाया था, जिसके ऊपर ये ब्रिज या झूला बनाया गया था. That's where it actually gets its name. So we are now at the Lakshman Jhula market and I am with Jill.
Hi!
Jill is just 20 and she's volunteering at Ghost Stops. And for people who want to travel and who are young, volunteering is a great way to start about it. Jill, how did you start volunteering?
So I just went through my Instagram account and I saw Ghost Stops starting with their volunteering thing, and I just applied it and now I'm here in Rishikesh enjoying.
What about Rishikesh?
Amazing. The culture, the spirituality is just completely different and I'm completely loving that.
Since Jill was so well versed with Rishikesh, our first night was spent street food eating. जहाँ पे Jill took me to some of the best street food joints in Lakshman Jhola Market. I'm so full already. How much more you going to make me?
We still have to eat aloo tikki.
Do this.
अब कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम?
Goody soda. This I like.
After this enormous street food haul, which cost me 160 rupees, my overall food expenditure was just 200. Food, at least street food, isn't actually expensive in Rishikesh. Plus, it was so yum. Another reason my food budget was low today was because I unintentionally skipped a meal, which I do not recommend doing. Staying on budget is definitely not starving yourself. So I'll probably make better decisions tomorrow. Now that brings my expenditure for today, including adventure sports, commute, stay and food, to 12,417. The highest so far. Let's see how tomorrow goes. Hello! Today is my day 2 in Rishikesh and पता है today is Mahashivratri, which is one of the biggest festivals here. लोग 4-5 बजे रात को जगे रहते हैं just to celebrate this festival. I'm super looking forward to seeing what this day has in store for us, whether it's with regards to aartis, pujas, spiritual stuff. I'm all in. Mahashivratri, like we all know, एक बहुत ही important festival है for the devotees of Lord Shiva. In fact, many people call Uttarakhand Lord Shiva's own country. This is marked by immense celebration throughout the day, starting with Ganga Snan in the mornings, temple visits, melas, holy food during the day, and Ganga Aarti in the evenings. Let's take you through it all with my super ritualistic friend Jigar, whom I met yesterday during our street food rendezvous. So we're at a sweet shop right now, starting the ritual for Shivratri. Can you tell us what it is? What is the ritual like here?
This is basically, offer sweets and milk and flour to Lord Shiva.
I'm not super religious, but I absolutely love partaking in cultures. Immersing myself in festivities or interacting with locals just brings out such vibrancy in the air. In fact, that's what travel's all about, isn't it? नाम क्या आपका? नाम क्या आपका?
मेरा नाम संतोष गिरी, जमुना अखाड़ा।
अच्छा, कहाँ से हो आप? यही से?
सुदामा कुटी परिक्रमा मार्ग वृंदावन।
वृंदावन, अच्छा।
सुदामा कुटी परिक्रमा मार्ग वृंदावन।
होता क्या है शिवरात्रि के दिन में?
इससे ये होता है, जिंदगी में जो तीर्थ करते हैं लोग, जो अंदर भावना में ले जाते हैं, शिव को जलपान करते हैं, ग्रहण करते हैं, उनका कल्याण हो जाता है।
अच्छा,
ठीक है, उनका होता है कल्याण बेटा।
तो कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम?
वही जहाँ पे हम लोग ने कल ब्रेकफास्ट किया था, वहीं पे जा रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा हल्का सा इडली डोसा खा के।
After relishing some yum dosa at Lakshman Jhola Market, which cost me 60 rupees, I was all set to head out for the day. So to continue my spiritual trip, मैं अब जाने वाली हूँ वशिष्ठ गुफा, जो यहाँ से आधा घंटा दूर है, and about 18 kilometers. और मैं जा रही हूँ with my scooty, which cost me about 500 per day rent. This is the first time I'm riding around in Rishikesh, so wish me luck. See you there. वैसे तो वो सब कैमरा के लिए था, हम स्कूटी में ऐसे बैठते हैं with a helmet, a scarf, a mask also, obviously. So slight change of plans here. Instead of going to Vashisht Gufa, I've now come to the Beatles ashram. The reason being was that Google Maps was misleading me again. I was getting lost and learning my lesson from Mussoorie, I didn't want to repeat the same mistake again. of getting lost and then trying to figure out everything. As a solo traveler, it's always best to take your safest option. Maybe I would head to that destination with someone else if I know the route, or a local who probably has been there and knows the route better. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Beatles Ashram now. Beatles Ashram, also known as Chaurasi Kutia, is called so after the famous English band visited this place to learn a special kind of meditation. The place is marked with several structures as meditation domes with large number of artifacts of the band, including the very popular mural or Ved Bhavan of the band with Guru Maharishi, who hosted them here in Rishikesh. So according to the information given here, these structures were built for the brahmacharis and the sannyasis, so they have some kind of relief and space to practice. And these stones were taken from the Ganga. Entry ticket to this place is a 150 rupees, but with different costs for students and senior citizens. हम हैं अब त्रिवेणी घाट में और यहाँ पर बहुत बड़ी पूजा होने वाली है. एवरी इवनिंग देयर हैज़ टू बी लाइक अ गंगा आरती. इट्स गोइंग टू बी एक्सट्रीमली ग्रैंड नाउ दैट देयर इज शिवरात्रि. सो एक्साइटेड. तो कैसे लगा?
बहुत ही मज़ेदार था. It was very good. The vibe was very nice, peaceful.
What did you like the most out of all?
The last part when the bhajan is played and everybody were dancing, it was like a live concert, you know. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
it was like a live concert. Yeah, that's what I like the most too. Like people were grooving to it. And actually everyone was so nice to everyone.
Yeah,
I like
everybody
that.
was nice.
After catching some dinner which cost me 50 rupees, we tried out some famous biscuits at Rishikesh, जो आपके सामने एकदम गर्मा गर्म बना के परोसी जाती है. And if you come here, don't forget to come to delicious butter cookies, which is here such amazing. Some other temples I visited but missed out on showing today were Parmarth and तीसरी मंदिर. अगर आपके पास और टाइम हो तो आप हरिद्वार भी जा सकते हो, जो ऋषिकेश से आधा घंटा दूर है. फिलहाल I covered whatever I could in a day. There's so much to do in Rishikesh, to be honest, that these many days aren't enough. And with that ends my day 2 here. I spent 1,880 rupees. So it's my day 3 in Rishikesh. Yesterday was all about spirituality and Mahashivratri. Today is going to be more about adventure, continuing my first day. After catching some breakfast, I headed out to explore the rest of Rishikesh. I've now come to Patna waterfall. It's a very popular waterfall here, and yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. There's a small trek to it that leads to the waterfall, which is about 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, gonna be heading there now. Rishikesh has an abundance of waterfalls, although the best time to catch them would be in the monsoon months. You can catch a glimpse of the stray waterfalls with less crowds during the summers or winters. Patna waterfalls are about 5 to 6 kilometers away from Lakshman Jhula, and the road is scenic, with turquoise waters beside you and river rafters on them. This is a much more longer trek than I anticipated, to be honest. So I'm at the waterfall now, and it's a little disappointing if I were not to lie, because there is no stream or pond here. It's all dried up, and it's either because of the weather, according to the locals here, or because something broke down from there. The waterfalls have many caves around them, and while exploring, I was fortunate enough to find one. But not a regular cave. A cave with water in it. A private pool in a cave. Thanks to the uncle downstairs, I found a pool inside a cave. I've been advised not to go and swim inside because it's very deep, but I'm gonna check it out.
She's calling me
So it was a lot of fun going inside. Only thing was that it was a little too cold for me. So the next time you're here, don't forget to get a spare set of clothes and a towel so you don't end up freezing. But otherwise, if you're here, don't miss this out. After drying up here and being served some hot Maggi and tea for 70 rupees by this very, very kind uncle, I was on cloud 9. And I was all set to go home until this happened. So my scooter stopped because there's no petrol in it. I'm in the middle of the road trying to figure this out. I've called my hostel people to help me out. Normally they're always responsive. With time going by quickly and the day getting darker, I felt a little helpless. Until I was approached by 3 very kind men who offered to put some of their fuel into my vehicle. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much जी, thank you.
कोई बात नहीं है, डेटिया यहाँ पे उत्तराखंड में बस
नहीं आप ले लो पानी ले लो.
अपने बच्चों को थोड़ा सा मैं तो देखते ही वैसे हो रहा है.
यहाँ के लोग इतने अच्छे हैं, इतने ऑनेस्ट है. It's so safe for a girl to be here. And it was so heartwarming for the Pandit ji to help me, to be honest. You know, if अगर ये कोई दूसरी शहर हो, if this was another city, I would have definitely been a lot more scared. But Uttarakhand is so safe for women. I'm so heart touched right now. I had some very light dinner considering my health, which cost me 120 rupees, making my overall expenditure for today as only 240 rupees, which was my food. So that marks the end of my Rishikesh trip. All in all, I absolutely love this place. It's spiritual, adventurous. The people here are so nice. I'd definitely pay it a visit once again. Also, it's super safe for women and solo travelers. Thank you so much for watching this episode and tuning in on Curly Tales. Until then, it's me Neha Namvyar, signing out. Hold on, my trip isn't over yet. अब मैं जा रही हूँ उत्तराखंड के राजधानी में, देहरादून. Stay tuned for more adventures and my solo travel experiences there. See ya! Breaking down my travel expense for 3 nights 4 days at Rishikesh. My stay at Go Stop's Lakshman Jhula cost me 2,967. Food, which includes bare essentials like fruits as well as food from hotels and hostels, cost me 650 rupees. My scooty fee cost me 1,500 and fuel cost me 110 rupees. My cab fare from Mussoorie to Rishikesh cost me 4,500 rupees. Adventure sports cost me 4,750. Entry fee charges was 150 rupees, bringing my total to 14,627 rupees, which was well under my 15k budget.